What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. LA Mamba. It is August 18, 2024. It is Sunday, 2:50 p.m. and we are closed for the day. What's up, guys? Today was a normal day. It wasn't too packed. It wasn't slow. It was just average. Yesterday was just average too. It's very weird that the way it happened. It was very busy week, and then Saturday, Sunday comes. It's always busier, and it wasn't. It was it was less work than what work week was. This is kind of a first for me. Normally it's 99.9% always busier on Saturday and Sunday than the weekday, but the weekday was busier and busier days, and it was like whoa, what the hell, that's weird. But it's all good. It was still average day for what I call average here, and it was very busy work week days, so it was a very good week. You can see walking around, we cleaned up a bit. Well, I don't know if I filmed it when it was very full of tires, but what I like is for me to walk around and be able to not hit tires with my feet when I walk around. So I got the walkways clear, as you can see, and you know, we do this when it's slower and we're able to organize tires. And I like it like this. It's for me, like the shop is like ideal like this. I mean, yeah, I could use a little bit more tires. You can see some of the racks have space where they can be filled up, like there. So there's some places where there could be more tires, but just a little bit more tires. This will be more ideal for me, where I can walk around, not have a mess all the time, as in all day, every day. And it's somewhat very organized. And this is how I like it. And some videos that you see that I have it like this, see, there's a big open spot right there. I can put a lot of tires there. Some videos you'll see that I've said it in the past where it's like this, like pretty organized when it comes to like one size, you know, one size, and the walkways are clear. This is super ideal tire shop for me, tire shop business. Anyways, today I want to talk about a little bit about the finances for a tire shop business. This is the way I've seen tire shops run their business. If you own your own tire shop, and if you've been established for over 5 years, then you have a feel of this. If you've been under 5 years, then you're still growing, and you know, pretty much all your money is going back to the tire shop. But once you're already established, have customers, a lot of customers, where now you're able to profit and take money out of the tire shop, then this is more what it looks like in real life. All right, so I just want to go back a little bit in the story, where if you start a tire shop, you're working and you're just reinvesting your money to have more new tires and more used tires in stock, then you're gonna be pretty much running a circle of you work, you make money, you buy a set of tires, and then that one sells, you get your money back, you buy another two sets, and you get your money back, and so on and so on and so on. Someone like that. Or you work, you buy 100 tires, and then you wait, you work to get your money back. You buy 200 tires this time, you get your money back. You buy 300 tires. You still have a bunch of tires left over from the first load, from the second load, but now you have the third load, and so on. You continue to do that, and you get a whole bunch of tires. And for like 5 years, you do this until you're really fully established. And now it's like, well, I don't have to do this if I don't want to no more. I have the option if I want to, but now I can take out my money and do something else with it. If you have other interest in investing your money somewhere else, then you're gonna be able to do it in year 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20. I'm over year 20 now. Well, I've been over 20 years already, a long time. And you're able to do other things with your money. And so now we go to the topic of investing your money. So now this is called investment of your money. So what are the options? You have Bitcoin, which you have no control of. It was up and down, and I know some lady who lost $2 million in Bitcoin. I personally know her. You got the stock market, where I know a ton of people lost their money in the stock market. And then I know like thousands of people that invest in real estate, and they are doing very, very good. Sorry. I'm just pro real estate. But anyways, you can do whatever you want with your money. But the whole point is not about the investment right now. It's more about in between the tire shop business and the investment, what goes on before you invest, but after you have enough cash flow where you can save some money and invest. So let's say you get to that point with your tire shop where, boom, you invest big, large sum of money in your shop. You buy all these tires, and you end up broke. You're like, all my bills are paid off. All the tire shop tires that I have in stock are all paid off. But I'm broke, right? I call it the choke and grow, where it's like you have no money, but you just grew big or bigger than what you were. And cash flow is gonna be even bigger than where you were before. And all you gotta do is just sit back and just work and collect your cash flow, because you're gonna be selling tires, you can be selling the services, you can do patches. And so day one, you're like broke to the max, and then you collect your money. And you're like, oh yeah, like I got, let's say, whatever amount of money from day one, and I don't gotta pay nothing from this money. This is all mine, it goes to the pocket. And then it goes day two, same thing, no bills, but all the cash flow goes to the pocket. It feels, hey, this feels good. No bills, they're all paid off. No debts, no credit card debts, it's all paid off. And then so you continue to do that, and now you're starting to save some money, You can now go many months without buying tires because you have bought a lot of tires. And yeah, you're gonna buy little tires here and there that needed because people do orders and stuff. Or you saw a set of or two of certain size, and you're gonna replenish that size. But then you continue to work, and every day cash flow comes in, no bills, it goes to the pocket or to the bank account. Next day, a big cash flow, no bills, it comes back, and you're like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is the tire shop business. Okay, well, what about if you go years like that? Now it becomes a game of just a number, and that's it. You hit your goal. Let's say you set a goal and you hit it, whatever it was. You're like, man, I whatever it is, I set myself this goal of saving so much money, and I hit it. And now every single dollar after that it doesn't really matter. It's just a number now because you have your goal already. And by the way, you passed that a long time ago. You just kept continue to save, and you're like, well, what's next? You know, what's next? So you start looking into investments. You start looking into other businesses. You start looking into real estate. And let's say you choose real estate just because I love real estate. So let's say you choose real estate, right? You're like, oh, I'm too busy for another business. Yeah, it's gonna cash flow better, but real estate, I don't gotta be there. It's guaranteed, you know? You can just buy it, the tenants live there, they pay you rent, you don't gotta visit the property, you don't gotta do nothing. Pretty much collect the money, manage your manager if you have a manager, or manage the property yourself if you don't have a property manager, right? But just an example, let's say you choose that, right? Let's just say you choose real estate, you have no real estate, you have big cash flow, you have a lot of money saved because now at this point, let's just say, whether it is or isn't, let's just call it though, you're already playing with house money. So house money is where you got all your money back from what you invested, and you still have chips on the table and you're still playing. So everything in the tire shop business is kind of like all free, kind of, that you already got your money back, and everything that you're making from the tire shop business is profit because you already got all your money back, right? Let's just say that. Whether that's true or not, it doesn't matter. The point is, you have cash flow, you have money to invest, and you're gonna do something about it. So let's say you buy an asset, whatever it is, a business, a piece of real estate, and you're gonna have to improve that business or improve that real estate, right? So your tire shop business is doing really good, and now you have an asset that either needs renovations, it needs, you know, whatever, paint, building walls, everything inside, interior, restroom, you know, living room, kitchens, tree trimming. If you go to like more like these faraway places that have like a lot of trees that's not in the city, right? You got to take down a lot of trees in the properties, probably, maybe. You bought a good deal, whatever it is. So now it's like, okay, we gotta get more money from the tire shop. We bought this at a great price. It's gonna be worth this much when I'm done with it. But we're gonna do it, you know, in a good a good pace. We're gonna do this in a good pace where I'm not gonna be like depending so much on the tire shop, but at the same time, we do need to make these renovations because, hey, what if I just want to sell this property once I'm done with it? I'll just cash out, and then my money made money. Let's just say that, right? But the point is, you're gonna need money for these expenses, or in another business, you need to hire employees. You need to hire one or two, or you need to buy inventory for that business, or you're gonna remodel inside of the location that you bought. I mean, whatever it is, you're gonna need some money for the business, right? So then it's like, okay, well, where is it gonna come from? The tire shop business that's cash flowing very nice, you know, and then you're gonna improve that business. It's gonna be cash flowing more. So now you have like a second stream of income with a nice cash flow, or I don't know, maybe you sell the business because you improved it, and it's like now the revenue is higher, so now it's worth more. You can sell it for more. So let's just say that whatever the second business is, let's just say it's another tire shop, where you're gonna have to buy more inventory, and you're gonna need some money from your original tire shop, for tire shop number one. Okay, so here we go. You're at the point where you open the doors in the morning, you get to work, you make some money, you sell some tires, right? So now you gotta replenish and buy some tires back. You sell some used ones, used tires go out. You got the money. and then you know you got expenses on the shop, so you average it out, whatever the expenses. You're like, okay, I made so, and then day's over, you close shop. So you average it out. Okay, you made so much money for the day, and it's like, all right, so what do you got to do now? Whatever the way you bring out your money, I'm not gonna show you how to do that. Just way too much. You can talk to your accountant to that. You can talk to your tax CPA or whoever you gotta talk to. Okay, how are you gonna take the money out, pay your taxes, and then bring it to your next business, right? So then you average it out every single day, where it's like, okay, I got taxes, I got payroll, I got rent, I got employees. After all that, whatever's left over, you pay your taxes, right? Whatever left over that, you take it out, and then you're gonna have money to now invest in the next business, business number 2, property number whatever, number 1, right? So let's call it, you pull out the money from the business. Let's just call it like that. After the little way you bring it out, let's just call it, you bring it out, period, you know? So then you go, you work, you pull it out, right? Let's just call it per day, or whatever you want to do. You want to do per week, whatever. But you work, you pull it out, and then it's like, all right, next day, maybe in 2 days or maybe 3 days, you're gonna do a little bit of buying tires for your business number 1. So it's like, okay, well, maybe I'm not gonna pull it out this time. Buy my tires, not pull out nothing, wait for day number whatever, and then pull out again. And then you work, you pull out money a little bit, you pull it out. The next day you pull it out, and then you invest, save for the next business. And then let's just say you got a rehab going. You have 2 guys, 3 guys that are there 5-6 days a week on the property and doing the improvements, and you figure you have about a month or a month and a half, whatever it is, of you gotta pay these guys on let's call it Saturday. So then you're saving, you work, you save, you know Saturday's coming, so you're gonna have your money saved. When it comes down to Saturday, let's just say you're doing a rehab. You're doing a rehab, you check out what they do, you see their pictures. Let's say you're not gonna go over there or whatever, you can go over there and check it out. But you pretty much make sure the work was done. Now it's time to pay them. You pay them, so again, you're like broke. Well, let's just call it like back to square one, right? You know, I like to say broke, but people don't want to hear that sometimes. People want to sound important. So then next week comes, you pay them. Next week comes, start all over again. Work with business number 1. You work, you make it. Let's say you have Wednesday or Thursday, you're gonna buy some tires. So then you do some purchases of tires. A new again, let's call it new. And then you pay it. So then you got Friday, Saturday to like sell like these sets, because you got some big expenses on the weekend, right? So then let's just say you sell like 2 or 3 mud terrains, 35, 1250, 20s, 37, 1250, 20s. So pretty much you bought that, you have it in your shop, customers come on the weekend, you sell them, they pay you. Now with that money, you're able to pay your employees. That's how close of guidelines, not guidelines, deadlines. That's how close of deadlines it looks like when you're growing really strong, very, very, very quick. You know, it's pretty much like you depend on the tire shop business to create that money, to pay your bills, to get work done on the next asset, and then when that asset is finally completed, then you have options, whatever you're gonna do with it, right? But you continue. You start money again. You this time, let's say you need this is week number 3. You need to buy some used tires for now. Let's just say, let's say you go into like Wednesday again, you save up, you go and to the wholesaler. Let's just say you buy, I don't know, a few tires, 50 or 100, whatever you can afford. At that point, you pay them, you get a bunch of tires in, you start signing them right away, and then you got the deadline again for Saturday. You gotta pay these construction workers that's doing your rehab, whatever it is. I don't know, maybe you got one guy doing it. Well, it depends on your level, right? Maybe you got 2 guys doing it, maybe you got 3 guys doing it. You're working. So it all depends. You know, you continue to pay your debts, right? You pay your tire bill debt on the new, you pay your used tire bill debt, and then you pay your contractor or the workers that are working on the property, let's call it, right? And so you're really like you're pushing it. You're just like, it's kind of like you're extending the deadlines where you're like pushing it. You continue to work hard. You're on your A game. You're closing everything that comes your way. You buy inventory that you only need. You're not buying tires where you're gonna be like growing at this point. Like, oh, I need like I just bought these right here, 235 75 15s. I bought these because I had a little extra money. So I got the Laufin all-terrain. I got them at a great deal. Not a regular deal, but like usually when I buy tires on my own, I buy tires like at a discount all the time. So I got these for a great price, and I just let them sit there. I'm not talking about these type of tires at this point. When it comes to this story, I'm talking about tires that you're gonna buy to sell. Buy where you have an order already, that a customer came in, you made an order, they left you a deposit, you get them, you order the tires, you get them the next day, you pay for them, you have them there, they're gonna come in the next day, they're gonna come in 2 days, or they're gonna come on the weekend. You install them and they pay you, and then with that money you pay the workers. So that's the little sequence. That's just how it works, where you're gonna be you're doing a whole bunch of mini choke and grows. Where it's like you're depending on it though, because like now you have like a strong business where you can do this. It's not like when you started, where it's like, or it's not like when it's year 1 to 5, where it's like, okay, well, I need to buy these type of tires so they can just hold them. So when someday someone comes in, that's not what I'm talking about, because at this point where I'm talking about in this story, that's already been done for years. So you already have a bunch of tires that you already have in stock, and you don't need to do that all the time. You can do that maybe like in a month and a half from that point, from 2 months. You don't have to depend on these tires because you have enough to weather months without buying tires. So you're not buying tires just because you're trying to grow with tires inventory. You're buying them because you're gonna need to like have your inventory for customers that are coming to buy tires every single day. So when you buy the used tires, you're only gonna buy the used tires where you're like, oh shit, I'm running out of 215 55 17s. I'm running out of 205 55 16s. I'm running out of 195 65 15s. So I have to go buy them like now, because I want to get fucking customers like in the next 3 days, where I'm not gonna have tires for these guys if I don't go buy, let's say on Wednesday. So you have to go buy those tires because you need those tires, because they're gonna come and buy them. Oh, even though you don't have the customer now, you are like kind of guaranteed they're gonna come in on the weekend and they're gonna come in and buy these sizes. So you gotta have these tires in stock, right? So that's the type of buying that I'm talking about. And once you get those type of buyings only, and when you're only buying the tires that you have on orders, then you're gonna get your money back real fast. And with that money you get back real fast, you have enough to pay the construction workers. And guess what? You need to have that done also quickly, because let's say you got a loan on the property and the loan is costing you money and you're negative cash flow. So you're like, okay, well, if I have nothing going on in the property, or if I have the construction workers in the property working, I'm still negative cash flow every single day or every single week or every single month, because the mortgage is due every single month, and I gotta have a tenant in there, and that tenant is gonna pay me, or tenants are gonna pay me. And it's like, with that money, I'm gonna be able to pay the rent, the mortgage, or with that money, I won't have even more cash flow. You know, whatever the story is on that second asset, you gotta have it done in a very quick manner, and that goes for business too. If you have employees that need to get paid on the weekend, and it's like the business that you bought is like a turnaround business where it's like negative cash flow when you bought it, so now you have to like sustain it for a few months until it becomes positive cash flow. At the whole time you're doing it, it's gotta be done as soon as possible, because you gotta get out of that negative cash flow as soon as possible and get into positive cash flow as soon as possible, right? So whenever that's done and you get those things filled in, and then they become positive cash flow, then it's like, okay, now I can rest. Now I don't have to put money in those assets. Now that asset's actually making me money, and guess what? I have no negative cash flow now when it comes to the tire shop business, because it becomes negative when it comes to you, right? It comes to you, like, so the money comes to you, and it's like it goes out, and it's like, okay, the money's just bleeding over here, just an example. I gotta like stop that, and now it becomes positive, where now it's just like you don't do nothing, you just hold it. That money just continue to goes into the bank account. It becomes positive, and now that money I'm able to buy the tires you just hold for a long time. Where it's like, okay, I found a good deal, I'm gonna buy them because I got a good deal. Let them sit there. One day a customer's gonna come, and I want to make money when they sell. Like the Lofins I just showed you, the 235, 75, 15 all-terrains. Like those, right? But, or a bunch of used ones, because I want to have more used than I have. I'm going to keep buying used tires, so I'm going to just, I went a month and a half without buying like weirder sizes. Like, let's just say like tires are going to sit a little longer, but I know they're going to sell. I want those tires too. I want to buy those tires, but I can't do it in this month or month and a half while I'm fixing up this property. So I'm just gonna wait 2 months or a month and a half. More like 2 months. Let's say you're done a week and a half, a month and a half. You save for 2 weeks. With that money, you're able to buy like, let's say like whatever amount of tires used to have in stock, right? So that's the sequence I use. I work hard. I pay my bills like in midweek, and my main bill for my new business on the weekend. And I just continue to do that. Whatever amount of money you feel comfortable. So if you want to take smaller risks, buy a smaller house, just an example, right? Now you have a smaller debt, or have like one guy work on the house every single day, instead of having like 2 guys working on the house. So now you have like a smaller bill on a Saturday, compared to like a bigger bill if you had 2 guys, like double the expense. Yeah, so that's how I do it. You pull out the money, you use it for something else. Your tire shop's still like producing very strong, and then eventually, let's just say you never buy tires again. like a 6 months or 8 months or a year later, it's like, well, then your freaking cash flow is gonna be going really low at the tire shop, because you have no tires to sell, right? Just think about that. Like, so you don't want to go that long either. Just an example. You want to like have this project of 1 month or 1 month and a half, get done with that shit, get it out, save real quick, and then buy more tires right away. So even your business is like depending on it, where it has like to continue to have a nice steady feed of what you always had running, so you just don't lose momentum. At this whole point, when I'm doing this 1 month and a half project, let's call it the project, your business is not losing momentum at all. Your business is not losing momentum. It just keeps going at the pace you had of what you had it before you even started the project. So you pay your bills, you're investing in this other project, you get that shit done, and okay, let's say you got it done now. It's done, right? They rehab the property, or whatever. You got these, employees where you wanted to be at. Now it's starting producing more income, this business, and now you have more positive income every single month once you're done with that project. So you're still making the same amount of money you were at the tire shop, plus you're making more money now on the side when this project is done. And then whatever, you can let it sit, let it roll, let it do its thing. You continue to work on your tire shop business. You go buy used tires that are gonna sit there and sell eventually, and the new ones too. You continue to sell, work. You let your bank account start making money again, and then you're able to do a new project whenever you want to after that. After you already stabilize your business again, because although your tire shop business is not gonna be unstable when you're doing this, but if you go long enough and you don't buy more tires, then it's gonna become unstable, where it's like, damn, I need the tires now, I don't have these sizes, I need to get an ASAP. Yeah, you gotta stabilize it again. Even though, well, let's just say stabilize your inventory again. So you're really depending on your inventory for this Choke and Grow, this project. And then once you recuperate your inventory after that, you go get it, you fill it, get these tires, you get the new ones, you get it back to where you want it to be, and then you're ready for another project to come after that. Whether it's, let's say, you're renovating the second unit, you're whatever, you're gonna add another line of supplies, and you're gonna sell a new product in your business. So now you gotta buy a new product, get more, let's say, employees, or whatever it is. You're gonna pay more costs to sell this product, but then you eventually get your money back from that and make more money. That's how I run it. That's how I see people run it in their business too, where it's kind of like you're like only doing it temporary, like a Choke and Grow, like mini Choke and Grows, like it's only for a short amount of time, and then if you're gonna do a longer one, like I've done this year, like my longest one in my life, then eventually your business starts to suffer when it comes to inventory. And then once it's done, then you're able to again, now you gotta freaking fill all your inventory where you had it before, and then you're gonna be back to where you were before. But then when you're doing like a real long Choke and Grow like I did, it's gonna be for a very good reason. Like it's gonna be like this next project is gonna be one of the biggest that I've ever done in my life, the most best cash flow. Like once this thing is done, it's gonna be spending out sick money every single month. So the longer it goes, like the better it usually is when it comes to the project. Or if you're gonna do multiple ones at one time, like me, I've been doing multiple projects for years. It's like I got rehab after rehab, refi after refi, buying a property, and getting another property. Those kind of like when you do multiple ones, but now it's because you have a bigger income, you can afford to do multiple Choke and Grows at one time. Then once those things are done, you're like, damn, like it changes your life. Like now that cash flow is like changing my life, where it's like I had so much cash flow in my life. Now it's like I'm in a real good position, so like let's just say like in real estate, where you continue to add and add and add and add and add income, where it still doesn't take away my time, you can just continue to buy and buy and buy. It doesn't or grow it. It doesn't take away your time. With time, if you continue to do that for many years, then eventually the income of the properties is going to be bigger than your income of the tire shop when it comes to net. And at that point, now you can retire or do whatever you want. At that point, I mean, you can work part-time. I mean, you're not going to be worried about money no more because you're working like very little or no time in your real estate business. And now you can, but you're making like more money in the real estate business thing when you are at the tire shop. Then it's like, whoa, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, now I can just freaking take it easy, go on vacations, or whatever. Continue to work the same amount of time and just double your income, right? Or do other projects. Like if you have other passions, like me, I love the Alice motors. If you look at here, look at this motor here. I bought it real cheap. We're gonna put it in one of the cars. It's just another project I'm doing. But you can do whatever you want, right? At that point. But that's the way that it has been for the tire shop owners. You know, if you've done that in the past, if you've done projects that you increase your income, whether through business or real estate, let me know in the comments. I want to see some people that own shops tell me a little bit if they have done this this method, this strategy, where you just do a bunch of little choke and grows for a limited amount of time, not forever. If it's forever, that's something else, man. That's like, you know, you're drowning in something else, man. Like, you got something going on that's not gonna be producing positive income after. It's like, you got like child support or something, man. Oh man, that sucks. I mean, it's just the way it is, you know. Like, it could be a bad business deal, you know. It could be a bad house, you know. It could be something bad. So it's nothing to joke about. I was just saying it, you know. Like, you know, at that point maybe it's like, man, like I'm glad I have a tire shop business where I can pay these debts. Where if I didn't have the shop, then what would I do? Like, man, like I'll be really screwed, right? But the point is, like, let me know, put a comment, and tell me what you have done with the tire shop business when you're doing other projects, paying off, extracting money from the tire shop business and putting it to something else where now it's like changing your life, producing cash flow, or I don't know, whatever it is, flips. If you buy a property, just flip it and you sell it, and now that made money, and it's like, okay, now you have like a whole bunch of money in your bank account just like sitting because now you have excess money where that flip made a nice chunk of change. And I was like, okay, now you feel super secure. We have a bunch of cash in your pocket, in your bank account. And I was like, well, I'm happy at this position. We'll see if another transaction comes. But yeah, but let me know. Oh yeah, and my big dog who visited me today, David. What's up, man? Good to meet you again. Came down and said what's up. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Mamba out.